Hey, this is John Carlos.
I'm Tracie.
And we're big Child's Play fans. In fact, would you say this is your favorite horror franchise?
Absolutely.
Absolutely, there we go. We're also big Kotobukiya Bishoujo fans. So when they announced they're doing this, we squeed, and you squeed even more because you love Chucky.
I do.
So we're going to review this, which is also the Kotobukiya store exclusive version with the additional angry face and extra arm. I like this packaging. It reminds me of the Good Guy doll packaging, and I like the fact they changed the pronoun to she wants you for a best friend. And there's a little window on the back because the figure is sculpted and posed with her arm behind her, so you do get a sense of the sculpt through that back window. And there's artwork for the upcoming Tiffany figure, and there's a little stabby stabby knifey knifey window on the top. As you just saw, the Kotobukiya store exclusive alternate face and second arm did not come packaged in the main packaging. They were shipped to me in their own separate little plastic bubble. But as far as the main packaging goes, this figure does come with an alternate Bride of Chucky head and a little knife which fits very snugly into the hand right there. Now if you are buying this for yourself, a little word of warning, just be careful when putting the knife into the hand. The space between the thumb and the index finger is pretty tight. I had to jam it in there real hard. I recommend maybe using a blow dryer to soften the hand, or just being careful when forcing the knife in there. But good sculpt on the knife, nice jagged edge, nice paint of the little silver dots on the black handle. Now I might as well take out that arm and show you guys the alternate arm, which I think has a really nice little sculpt. As far as, you know, reading like fingers crossed, you definitely get that. So good sculpt there, and also nice paint. You get the little pink nails. So I like the paint job on that as well. So here's a look at the regular Chucky head that it comes with. The face is cute enough. I think they did a really good job with the paint on the smile and the little pink tongue inside her mouth. The teeth look good. The sculpt of the edges of her smile look really good. But I am looking forward to switching this out with the alternate heads. Because I think they have more attitude, more Chucky attitude. I think this wink and this smile is a little too cute and playful for Chucky. And I get it. It's a Bishoujo, so they've got the whole like cutie girl thing going on. So I get that. That makes sense. But I think I want this Bishoujo of Chucky to have a little more attitude. The head comes off pretty easily. And then you just sort of pull the face forward from the back of the hair section. And the front hair and face pop off together, and you just switch out that face for this alternate one and plug it back into the head like so. Head pops on very easily. It snaps perfectly into place. You can see how it lines up in the back with the edge of the hairline and the edge of the sculpt of the neck. And look at that face. So much better. Look at those evil arched eyebrows. I like the kind of sinister smirk. You know, there is a smile, but the mouth isn't wide open. You don't see the tongue. There's no wink. Just evil eyebrows and a lot of attitude. I like the paint of the freckles. You know, it's Kotobukiya, so the paint job on like the eyeball area and the eyelashes and the lips are all impeccable. I mean, you can just see right here how like perfectly pink the lips are painted, the clean paint on the teeth. But also, I really like what they've done with the sculpt of her hair. I mean, Kotobukiya always does a really good job with like their hair sculpts, and you can just see the kind of red hair that's light and then gets darker when you get to the roots, and lighter when you get to the edges. So good job to them on that detail. The hair, the way the bangs fall down in the front looks good. The Bride of Chucky head has a different hairstyle, so that's a nice touch. We'll show that one now. Some strong sculpting on this head, and not just the hair, although I do like the frayed directions that the pigtail's hair goes. The sculpting on the face, as far as the attitude and the stitches, is really cool. And we're going for a closer look just so you can see the stitch work going on here. Going down her cheek, the details within her teeth, that little nook at the top of her forehead, the red paint going down the face, but also the eyes. A lot of good, intense attitude of those eyes. It really captures like Chucky's intensity in like a Bishoujo form. So I really like the eyeballs on this one. And then let's just focus on the rest of the figure for a moment so you can see the sculpt on the little jumper. You know, the wrinkles on the fabric. Also the shading, the darker tones and the lighter tones, really strong work. It's Kotobukiya, and they always kind of nail paint jobs. Like, they are one of the most consistent companies, I think. So you can see, like, the separation between red and white on the shoes is really good. And I like the shine of, like, the little rubbery, plasticky kind of shoes. Sculpt on the shoelaces is good. The wrinkling along the sock looks great. Skin tones read really well. You can see here, there's a little bit of shading when you get to the knee, especially the back of the knee. The lights may wash this out a bit, but there is some shading which gives the skin a more kind of human-like approach than you normally see. Here's the back of the skirt and all that. And yeah, there is a little bit of shading when you get to, like, the bum cheek there. Little bit of shading at the elbow. So that's a nice touch. Again, good fabric sculpting to create the illusion of wrinkles and all that. Clean paint as far as, like, green and red and white and pink lines and all that. So as far as Koto's consistency for awesome paint jobs, I think this is great. Another little detail, the pink nails on the back of the hand there. So the long and the short of it is, we like it.
Yes.
There's a lot of good things about it.
Yes.
What do you think about the pose?
I love the pose. I like her little outfit. I like her little sassy face.
Her sassy face is good. Now, we're dealing with 3 faces here.
Yes.
The regular Chucky face, the Bride of Chucky face, but you prefer the bonus face.
Yes, the bonus face.
And why?
Because I like 1 and 2 more than the others.
But even compared to the standard Chucky face, like in the movies, you like angry Chucky.
Yes, I think angry Chucky's face is adorable.
And this one's got, you know, like little evil eyebrows.
Yeah.
She's still smiling, but it's like a sinister smile.
Yes, see? You've seen.
Yeah. Okay, so I like Bride of Chucky a lot. Like, first of all, I like all of them but 3.
Yeah.
But you tend to lean towards 1 and 2, and I really like 1 and 2, but I lean towards, like, the later 3. But as someone who likes Bride of Chucky way more than you do, and Seed of Chucky and the stitched face, you like this.
I do like that. It's got a lot of good detailing in it.
Yeah, especially, and I also like her wilder hair.
I do too.
Like, the bangs are cute.
Yep.
But to go all kind of messy with it is a very good way to honor the Bride and Seed of Chucky hairstyle and hair effect.
Yes. So
props to Kotobukiya for doing cutesy, more normal hair and, like, wild and crazy hair.
Mm-hmm.
Aside from the obvious, like, stitchy face and all that. Anything you would talk about as far as, like, the outfit? As far as, like, the approach? The simplification? Like, for example, like, your good guy outfit has, like, little...
my good guy outfit's store-bought, so let's not go into the details of that.
But even in the movie.
But in the movie, Chucky does have little, like, trucks and hammers and wrenches and stuff on his little jumpsuit thing.
And it'd be nice if they included it.
I can see why they didn't include it, because it would be so small. Tiny. But it is interesting that there's not something to represent that. Like, this has blood splattering and dirt kind of splattered on it to represent it without actually going the distance. So polka dots would have been interesting. But
do you think it reads good as just blue, though?
I do.
I think it does, too.
I think keeping it simple might have been a better approach, which is what they did.
Yeah. There is something to be said for, like, simplifying it to getting to the essence of it. Like, and this is that. Like, I know the shirt's not completely accurate
No,
either,
the shirt has too much white going on. But whatever.
But it is, I mean, first of all, it's also not a little boy doll. It's a girl. It's a girl. And as far as, like, the Bishoujos going various degrees of, like, very sultry and just kind of feminine, this isn't, like, super slutty. It's cute and girly. So it's still, you know, not like a little boy, but I do like the level of sass that they brought to it.
Yeah.
As far as the alternate hands go, I think it's great they included the crisscross arm.
Yeah.
Nice reference, but I think the knife is the way to go.
Yeah.
And good guy on the butt. That's fun. Yeah. One other thing that I find interesting about the whole thing is that the packaging, even though it's like a good guy doll box, the top says, like, Bride of Chucky. The base says Bride of Chucky. But aside from, like, the head, this outfit isn't all torn up. It isn't stitched up. Like, even though it says Bride of Chucky, this is clearly Child's Play 1 and 2 and 3's version of it. Which I think, I don't know, like, from a, not licensing, but, like, I'm sure when you look at the whole franchise Universal owns, Bride of Chucky did really well, and people still think of Bride of Chucky and Tiffany. Yeah. So that's the way they're going to package it. But you could tell they wanted to make a Chucky 1 and 2 kind of figure.
Well, in a way, it is all-encompassing of all of them.
True.
To a degree.
But I mean, his outfit in Bride is
Yeah.
all messed up, and this is a perfectly kind of pristine version of it.
It is.
But yeah, I love the asymmetry of the socks too, the
Yeah.
legging and all that. Anything else?
No.
You just like it?
I do. It's
Like
cute.
Yeah. We're really happy. As fans of the whole franchise, we're really happy with this. I mean, even more so for me than like the Freddy and the Jason ones, and I love Edward Scissorhands, but I don't know why he was in the horror franchise. But now they're getting back to like real horror movies in these. I love this one.
It is hard to find good child's play paraphernalia.
You think I'm like picky with like my paint jobs and stuff? She's picky with her Child's Play merch.
Very picky.
Yeah, so
on the few times I get to buy something I think is actually good, this is up there.
Yeah.
I spent the money.
this goob's seal of approval. I mean, you may not know her personally, but I do, and that's saying a lot. So, yeah, thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for letting me review this, because it's yours.
It is mine.
Yeah. Thanks for watching. Follow her on Instagram and Facebook and stuff. And me on Instagram and Facebook.
YouTube.
Oh, and her YouTube channel. Fantastic cosplay assembly videos. You should totally... She does this, but they're awesome, and you should watch them. Yeah. Bye.
Bye.